Bingo, bango, bongo. Now, welcome back to what is episode/part 3 of my Minecraft series where AI controls what we do, what we build, and how it looks. As, for example, we have built this lovely house. We pretty much finished the outside of the house and got it to a point where I'm happy with. Now, obviously, I know in the last episode there wasn't much AI. There wasn't me talking to it, chatting with it, seeing that, what I should just be doing overall. But that is because I was trying to just get this done in under my belt as quickly as possible. Because I think that if I got distracted, this would have gone on and on and on for multiple episodes. So I'm glad last episode we got it ticked off and under the belt. Now, what I'm planning to do this episode is have a little chat with our AI buddy, because we have a few things that we can do. We can either come inside here and we can ask it to tell us how to decorate our indoors bit. Now, obviously, there is a lot to do. There is the bedroom to do, for example. There is still a hole in it. There is this area here. We have our potential enchantment area if we go up the top. This will somehow turn into something cool with bookshelves and stuff. Maybe leading over there. Who knows? But AI shall decide that. And apart from that, we also need to see if we need to go gathering for resources or exploring in caves and ravines, as there's a big one nearby the house. Or do we carry on building the exterior wall of the base and terraforming this land here to put in the farms? Throwing up the picture here, you can see that there are a series of pens, for example, which will take up this space. And we shall put animals in them. So we need to ask what it thinks we should do first. Maybe kill those pillagers, but they're in a really awkward position of being in the water because they'll just kill me if I get close, trying to swim around them without any shield. You're about to take pop shots at me, lads. Go on. You won't do it. You won't. Yeah. I'm so confident you're not going to take a pop shot. Yeah, lining me up, bro. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Actually, no, what we're going to do is we're going to do the voice, because it's gone through a lot of changes. The ChatGPT voice, in a good and a weird way, it's a lot better, but also it's a bit creepy. It breathes and it kind of just goes like as if it's a person talking to you and pretending that they're listening, which is creepy. Oh, we just had our first pumpkin. Right, I'm already tripping out. I tried talking to it, and I thought someone in the house called my name, but no, it was the ChatGPT doing what I said earlier, where it's like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh well." So yeah, that's creepy. But let's try and jump back into it and see what it's going to tell us to do this episode.
The best flow might be first secure your food and animals, so that you aren't stressing about survival every trip out. Then take a focused mining trip to stock up on iron, diamond, redstone, and good building blocks. After that, I would finish the protective wall and tower before decorating. It makes everything safer and less stressful. Once the base is secure, do the interior and make it functional. So storage, a super smelter if you can, enchant room, bedroom. After that, go explore for villages. Set up a villager trading hall, either in the village or bring them back to your base. That'll give you reliable gear upgrades and make the hardcore series feel like it's moving forward in a natural way.
Sweet. Well, there we have it. A very long and convoluted way of getting to the point and asking the question. But first, we have the checklist, which we shall throw up on screen now. So it did make the point of penning in our animals and getting them secure and into the base vicinity, so we don't have to do that later on. So that's going to be the first step. We're going to do a little bit of terraforming, because as you can see down here, this is still one big slope and the gate is going to be kind of near the water down there. So this all here needs to be flattened out once again and kind of put down, and we'll have 3 or 4 pens. I need to double check the image as a reference, and then we'll fill those up with cows, sheep, pigs, maybe some chickens, or maybe mix them, who knows. I would like at some point to do a separate farm just outside the base. But yeah, that's step number 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the first 2 steps, see where we are at the end of those, and then move on to the next ones. So first things first, it's about a night. Let's sleep. Let's see if we can find some animals and get terraforming as quickly as possible. Well, let's check how much dirt we got as well, because we're going to need dirt. Oh, we've got a lovely amount. Okay, that should be enough. Now, I'm going to check our little reference image here and see how far I need to bend this around and how many pens we need to put in for our lovely little animals. I think I'll simply go and do the outline and then fill in the gap and then focus on doing the slope from there on. And we need to remember to place torches underneath, because then we will get lots of mobs spawning, and I'm already hearing some from the caves which I blocked up in the first episode. But yeah, let's get on with that now and get crack-a-lackin'. Oof. Okay, so I have laid down 2 pens here. This, I think, let's do a mix. We'll have kind of like a cows and a sheep pen, and then here we can have our pigs and our chickens and stuff. And as you can see, I have laid down quite a lot of flat land. It kind of stepped down here in the image and then wraps around. I got rid of the oak tree farm. I mean, it gave us a load of wood, which is great, so we shouldn't need to chop any more oak down for a little while if we do need some. I just need to get some final dirt to fill in that hole over there, and then also just begin the cliff face downwards almost, and plan out. I think I'd like to sketch where the gate points will be on the wall, just so I don't go crazy and fill in too much flat land and forget about the gate, because it's going to need to, like, kind of, it comes down here and then wraps down, so we need to bear in mind doing that so we don't block ourselves in, essentially. But yeah, let's sleep and get some more soil under our belt and get that cliffside done. Righty. So I have clearly filled in quite a lot here. The wall wraps around. This is where the gate will be, which leads down to our port, which shall be here-ish. I know on the picture it's a lot closer to the water, but I think it would be nice to keep some of these crops here and just fill in this area with a load of crops and have a path through them to the pier. So we will have that gate there. Then along here on the picture there is another gate on like a diagonal axis, which kind of loops down and towards this sandy area. So I think what I need to do is extend some of this flat bit here, or just build, like, dig in a bit downwards towards here, so you kind of get more of a gradual way down to the gates, which I actually think is a better idea. So yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's build some more steppy-ishness down towards this corner, and then once that's done and I like the way it's looking, we're going to go and get some animals in the morning. Okay, and there I think we have it. I have 2 pens down. I have made a little path to where I think some of these towers will, gates will be. So we have one gate down there, we'll have another one down there, and I need to actually, I haven't mapped out the path to the gate down here, so I kind of put it slap bang in between the two. So the path will come down here and then also wrap around down and then into the gate. But now I'm going to harvest these crops down here, and we're going to go and find some animals to put in these pens. And after we've done that, we've achieved step number 1 of the to-do list. And next we will need to mine. We will need to mine away, get some resources, hopefully lots more iron. That's the main thing, because I just want to get a full iron set on me. Unless we get lucky and we find a crap ton of diamonds, then, you know, I'm going to bring myself out. So yeah, let's go and find some animals, get those in, and run down into the mines. I also have one more idea to pass by you. Because it's mining related, I shall show you that idea in a second. Come, my friends, come. Little conga line of fluff. Oh my god. Come. Hello. Look what I have. Yes, yes. Come. Right, now I need to fill in that gap without you chaps running away. Maybe if I get them mating, that'll sort them out. There we go. Whilst they're doing their business, we're going to leave them to that. Achievement unlocked. Great. Oh, you speedy. Look at it. Oh my god, they are so adorable. And they're so fat. Why is this one so fat? That's ticked off. Now we need to go and find some cows and some chickens. Okay, we're nearly there at the house. However, I feel like this is a bit of a race against time because the sun is setting and I'm still conscious of the lack of armor I have on my body. Come, my bitties. Okay, come. And we are home. Bloody hell. Oh, sorry, I've still got seeds in my hand. Sorry, chaps. There you go. Enjoy that. You know, do your loving, McLovin. Okay, right, let's sleep before something sneaks up on me whilst I'm brooding them. Right, I think it's pretty safe to say that those animal pens are completed. We did a massive bit of terraforming, which has gone well. I'm going to lay this path down there, and then we need to go on to thing number 2, which was mining. So I'm going to do a little run through time lapse of me mining, doing some strip mining, maybe some exploring, because there is a ravine to explore. But again, I have no armor on me. So I'm going to breed these chaps, do the path, and I think we're going to slay. So that chicken was right in that guy's ass. We're gonna kill these sheep here because I can't really move them without string or rope. Sorry, and I obviously wheat attracts them both, so we're gonna have to sadly say goodbye to those chaps. But it's for the greater good. Oh no, the sounds the little chicks make. Now that I've done this, there is a massive gap underneath, which means it's just hollow. That's what I mean by that. And obviously our old mine is here. So hear me out. The wall, where's that there? That's there. So the wall will wrap around this cliff edge here and obviously go around the back of the base. But with the mine there, instead of having to dig a new one, I've already got stairs there. So maybe we clear this bit out here and then carve out a gap here, which will become like our mine shaft entrance. Now, I will ask AI how that should look, but for now, I just want to crack on with the to-do list. So let's flatten this out here and then create that tunnel towards the mine. So I think the best way to do it is carve out the dirt, and then we would actually make like a tunnel for it. Instead of just walking into this because it looks ugly as hell, it would be like a tunnel made of cobble and stone bricks and stuff, kind of like a rough edge looking thingy majiggy. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's do like a 3 by, that's 3, and then go 3 down. Yeah, I like that. And then for now, let's just do that. Is that right? Yeah. That's good. That's 4. Right, let's do this quick. Okay, so that is done and carved out. So if you can imagine, we'd have like this 3 by 3 kind of area going on here, dropping down into the tunnel. This will be all caved over in like a rocky formation. Maybe leave the dirt walls to show that you're kind of still underneath the base ground and it's a bit like boggy. And then we'll have like our mine entrance here. I'm happy to leave this excavated room, which we can use just to fill up cobble or do something else. I don't really know. Maybe a prison cell or something. I don't know. For the villagers who are pain in the asses, they can come down here into the mines. And then at some point we'll make this staircase 3 by 4. Maybe to start mining, I'm just going to make this nice and wide instead of just a single way all the way down, so that it's an actual proper staircase which matches the width that we've made going on over there. So I think we'll do that, but hopefully you see the vision that I have here for this tunnel entrance. I'm not going to decorate it just yet because we're going to crack on mining, but yeah, hopefully you see it. Let me know. Oh, I thought it was in my eye. Okay. I mean, if I do that, it is in my... Oh, boy. Clearly, our torches were not enough, and we've accidentally made a mob farm. I'm just going to ignore that. Oh, that's a bit annoying. We need to block up those holes, but at least I can kind of peek in. But oh my god, a little bit of poo came out there, so let's go and heal and drop off our stuff and try and kill those bastards downstairs. So I've upgraded myself to a lovely shiny diamond sword. However, for these bloody boners, I didn't actually realise I have one singular ironing. I know I'm poor, I just have copper, 2 emeralds, 7 diamonds and some coal. But I have a singular ingot, which means ingot, I can make a lovely, lovely shield. Now I feel like I'm a bit safer, which is fantastic. But let's just try and not die when doing this, because I'm enjoying this so far. I just don't want to die. No. You want some of this? You want some? Okay. I'm a professional. Anyway, let's get to it. I actually remember, and you can see how much I've done and how much I got to go. I've made good progress, but I remember somewhere along here I filled in a gap to a ravine, and I can't remember. Well, it was. Oh, hello, you are floating. Oh, okay, no. Okay, right. But it's good to know that's there. Maybe we need to venture in with the shield. Oh, I can make a door just so we're a bit safer. Let's do that so I can come in and out. And okay, right. So we're safe. Or at least we can run away. Hello. Okay, one down. Many more to... Oh, there's a lot of things going on around here. Let's do one at a time. Oh, okay. Okay, let's take a break. A friend here wants to say hello. Oh, something broke. What broke? Uh-oh. Okay, my leggings. I mean, I think they're only leather, I can't remember, but they had an enchantment on, which was handy. So that's sad. One piece of armor down. However, this iron will easily replace it if we're able to get it without much issue. Is that a poisonous one? The fact that he's farting hints poisonous to me, and I have no long-range thing. I don't want to deal with that. But I also thought poisonous things only spawn near mine shafts. Am I crazy? Surely that means there's a mine shaft nearby. Why are they all... What's going on here? Hello? You... Okay. They're stuck. But with my crafting table, I think that gives me an opportunity. Put that down. Shit! I need one more string. Okay. How about you, my friend? Oh, okay. No. You did exactly what I didn't want you to do. Oh, slap bang in that face. Yes, please. And we got our first bow. I'm feeling a lot better about this whole hardcore thing. I don't feel as scared as we go. I mean, I'm still bloody terrified every time something big comes up, but we're doing well. It's going to take like 1,000,000 torches to light this place up. Right, let's quickly run through and do this. Okay, feeling a bit better about that. That creeper got a little bit close, so let's just dispose of you, my friend. And I'm not running any risks with this creeper. We're going to snipe him. Okay, how many arrows I got? I don't know. Oh, okay, we only got one left. Hopefully there's a little gravel pit hanging around somewhere which I can craft some more arrows from, because I've got pretty much everything on me and I can run back for the feathers quite easily. Hello. What's this thing? Not seen that before. It's like a dome-shaped asteroid, if you know what I mean. We're going to try and deal with you. Oh, please don't. I have no clue what this is. I mean, oh.
It's so shiny. So shiny indeed. Oh, really nice. What is this stuff? What are you?
Smooth basalt. Not exciting, but I mean, whatever that thing is, that's cool. Just make a mental note of that so we can come strip it all the way down for its shenanigans in case we want to use it for some building materials. But, cool. Yeah, cool. Fine. I like exploring. More iron. Oh, and some gravel. Exactly what I said I was looking for. I think you can use gravel now, though, for some sort of mixed dirt shenanigans, which looks good for paths. We got some diamonds. I literally nearly completely overmissed that, mistaking it for this shiny crap on the walls. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked again, so let's actually start working our way back properly this time. Oh, Thank God we made it back. That was a good haul, I reckon. What do we have, actually? We can chuck in a bunch of iron in there. But we also got a load of other materials. I made some good progress just clearing down that staircase down there. So oh, what am I doing? I'm getting distracted. The goodies going here. Goodies going there. And now I'm going to do some more breeding as that stuff smelts away. Because we're really going to need to make sure we have a leather supply going on fairly soon. Get this underway, harvest some of this, and then move on to our next task.
Shut up, my friend, shut up.
Okay, so whilst all of my ore and stuff was kochen in the furnaces, I thought I would come down and finish the staircase, but looky, we have found even more diamonds. It's great. Oh, it's a big one. Wait, what? I thought 8 was the max. 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, no, is it double stacked next to each other? Okay, now, I'm sorry. The chances of when we dug this first initial mine shaft to find not only diamonds at the perfect spot at the bottom of the stairs, and then just a bit up there, as well as now another stack here when I'm just making it a bit larger. What the? You can't write that kind of luck up. This is a good omen. I am very happy. That's another 14 diamonds. Jeez, is yelling at us to get diamond armor rather than iron. I mean, I'm taking the signs as a big hint, but I do need to consider preserving them for a bit longer until we can actually get some enchantments on them. That'll get a bit easier when I get enchantments done with villagers, like all the books and the librarian or whatever that shenanigans entails. Let's lay down those building blocks for the wall and just get like a visual idea of what we need to be doing. So let's go do that. Okay, so I got sidetracked once again. What a surprise. But I was just thinking when I was running up, I've still got all the remaining vegetables. So like carrots and what else have I got? Potatoes and beetroot and stuff to plant. And I do like the idea of them kind of being on either side of the path here towards our little mine shaft area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plant them down now so that we have them. But also it just looks a little pretty, you know what I mean? A little pretty. So let's do like one of those there. Oh, I just realized I've got to patch that in, otherwise I'll fall in and drown. And maybe one here, like so. And I think that should be enough to cover a broader area. My OCD just wants to fill in this a bit here so it's not as flat. I feel like it's about to break any second now. I really need to urgently upgrade all of my tools as soon as possible. There's something about just using diamonds, which I don't like, and my brain is like, please do not use them. So, yeah, I need to run back and grab the potatoes because I just want to do, I think, carrots and potatoes and beetroot in that section rather than all wheat again. I mean, wheat looks the best, but I really need to be growing more variety, I reckon. We've only got 7, sorry, excuse me. So let's plant these and see how this looks. Like that, yeah. Then we'll be able to run through like the long grass almost and come in. Let's go and lay down cornerstones of how these gates are going to be lochen. I reckon we start with the hardest one first, which is going to be this corner gate. Because it's going to be quite of a mind-bendy, tricky wiki to figure out how it's going to look. And it's going to be, it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. It's got to be like minimum that. So realistically, you need your corner blocks to be here. So, yeah, oh my God, this gate's going to be massive, isn't it? I mean, it is leading to like the coolest point, and that's just going to be like a little wooden one, but humongous. Maybe I do need to move it back one, actually. There we go. Like that. Okay, let's do that instead. Because otherwise the wall's going to stick quite far out from the cliff edge. And we want it to wrap around with it, not be too far away from it. And then maybe we do... No. Is that in line? Bam. 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 Oh, it is in line. Okay. Well done. Good job. Bam. 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 Ah, there you go. And then I think it'll be like some of this shenanigans going on for the wall edge. I'll just do like a mix of different bits and bobs, and it'll get lighter as it goes up in gradients. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Get rid of these bits. Again, I'm not going to go too high up, but that's where you can imagine this cool, like, arched over gateway will be. And then maybe we'll try and, maybe we will flatten out some of these bits. I don't really have enough dirt on me to do that now. It's going to require some tweaking and some fiddling to get it exactly how I want. Yeah, because this needs to slope back a lot more gradually, because it's really quite steep at the moment, isn't it? It needs to be like that almost. We'll figure it out. But that's one gate done. That's where one is going to be. The second one is going to be over here. So let's do this. It's going to be blob, blob. This one's not going to be as big. This one's literally going to be, I think, just a gap of 3. Obviously, diagonals, you have to go a bit wider. Where do we want it? The walls come in here and then going there. So I think kind of we need it to be like that, don't we? And then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and plop like so. And then we're just going to randomly do some of these here for now, just so mentally we getting those in. You can kind of see what I'm going for, hopefully, and it's going to be like this cool, yeah, couple of lanterns hanging over, kind of get some like drawbridge vibes going on. Yeah, it's going to come together quite well. Okay, 2 gates down. In consideration, if we get a horse, it'll be quite cool to go straight from there, like, and straight down off towards the village, if you know what I mean, like straight through. So maybe this is a much wider gate and it's going to be more grandiose and wooden. So currently the path is a 2x2. If we add like an extra 2 on either side and go like that, and then it's going to be like really wide, or deep, sorry. So the wall will wrap around here, and then this gate is going to be proper Lord of the Rings type shizzles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we go super crazy with this one. I think that's a cool idea. Is that where it? Are we lined up? Yeah. And maybe even we do that, like a more diagonal shaped one. Build it out a bit so it's nice and deep. That sounds so sus.
Nice and deep, yeah.
No, okay, right, let's not do that again into the camera. Oh boy. But you see, it's going to be this massive ass gate. Very good, very good. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll be like bam, bam, bam. Ta-da! Yeah, that'll be very cool coming up straight up the slope in towards the house. It's like perfectly, yeah. Oh, this is going to be badass when this wall is up. This is going to be so badass. We do need to figure out, though, where the rear gates will be. We've obviously got these down, and from the image, again, popping up on screen now, you can't really see any gates around to the rear. So I'm thinking best place to put one is somewhere here, leading off to the back of the house, because it's a nice flat area and the path can easily just wrap down. It's quite an obvious like end route for where the gate should be, and I'm gonna leave quite a big gap because I don't want the wall too close to the house, otherwise it's gonna suddenly feel like a really tiny ass space. So I really want some breathing room between the wall and the house wall. I literally think we're gonna come all the way back here. So let's imagine the wall starts like here-ish, and we still got loads of wiggle room to play there. The path, I think will be too wide again. Let's not do a crazy main gate like we did before, but more of a modest one, and we'll do just too wide, like so, like that kind of a thing. It's kind of like a back watchtower almost. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm happy with that. And then we can run through even with the horse and stuff. Maybe at some point we can add one over here, but there's not much reason to add another gate here. Otherwise we'll just have gates everywhere. It opens up our base to mobs just casually strolling in, and I would like a system where we get some iron golems walking around. So if anything does somehow get in, we will be protected. Now, absolutely batter their brains in, but for now, anything outside the wall. Yes. I mean, it's no walls, technically. I'm killing these guys willy-nilly, but I need food. Come here. Goodbye, my friends. I'm going to kill all of these guys, seeing as we now have an animal farm set up. Okay, so I killed some more spiders, and I actually befriended this little chappy here. We're going to call him Ralph. I need to get him back to base and tie him up to a lovely little post for us to keep nice and safe for him. Get a shadow. Ow. Okay, leave Ralph alone. Oh, just conscious of the health dropping there. Oh boy, okay. Now you, sir, come with me. Come on, Ralph. What I need to do now is I need to lay out how this will connect around to each one, just dotting the blocks around. So on the wall, you can see there's these like wooden pillars dotted. For the sake of not destroying every single tree in this world, we're going to tweak it a little bit. There's literally tree everywhere. Logs, sorry. Tree. There are logs everywhere on this wall, but instead I'm going to dot it. So it's going to be like every 2 blocks, I will place one of these lovely oak logs, or dark oak logs, and then in between we will do kind of like our gradient of different stone bricks from dark to light as we work our way up towards the top, because it's going to be quite a tall wall around these edges, and I like the idea of it looking a bit worn this side, and then the other side can be a bit fresher because it's not going to be as tall. So we're going to do that now. We're going to see how it looks. I'm going to try my best to replicate how it looks on the image, but some tweaks will be made because this main gate is actually quite closely like lined up with our kind of angular gate over there. Whereas on the image, there's a big bend and then it comes around to join this one over there. So what I'm going to do is try and, where I can, make some tweaks every now and then. But let's try and get it looking as good as possible and get this puppy laid out. Okay, so I have officially run out of all of my dark oak logs. Now, this is a behemoth of a project, I'm realizing, especially as this is just the outside line of the wall. Let me run you through. Obviously, you see me build it in time lapse. As we can see, it's going to run all the way along here. There's some parts I've not pushed too far out because we don't need that amount of space, to be honest. So it comes around. I've stuck to what I said before about the cliff edge being preserved. So it's kind of like a high tier wall in case there's like invaders coming. Maybe we can build a boat or something from the ice lands. And then it connects up to this gate here. This will be quite a tall one. We still need to cave it down a bit. Maybe the path will split going this way, but also this way, like wrapping around and connecting to the balcony area. And then as you follow it around, we stick to like this steep cliff kind of edge. And then it comes around to the main gate where we will have these super tall walls, which you can see the height of. It's going to be the height of that. And then obviously the gate, probably add 3 from that height upwards because I want it to be massive. I want you to be able to still see the house from the front of the gate, if that makes sense. So that's where we are currently. I did a little bit around here, but as you can see, I need to fill in this far edge, which is technically the most important edge because this is the forest where all the mobs will be spawning and coming over and invading us in the night. So we do really need to get this sorted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all my saplings. I'm going to plant another forest in a flattish area and farm those whenever they are ready. But in the meantime, we're going to figure out like a gradient that I want to do or style between these pillars. How do we want it to look? That's what I need to figure out next. So when we have all the resources possible just to crack on, then we can do that. we can just crack on, like I said. So we need to figure that out. But first things first, saplings, then we shall have a look at our building blocks. Okay, so I think actually, whilst we're here, if we just fill in the walls of the tower, then we'll get a good idea of how this can potentially be laid out and end up working later down the line. Now, I'm just going to go completely random in style, and then we shall just see how it looks from the outside and make changes based off of that. I just realized I need to kind of go up with this, but here we go. What else we got? We got some of this shenanigans, which looks quite nice. Plop this down like so. Bing, bang, bong. And then just top that off with some stone brick. And then and then let's do that and that. I mean, obviously it's a bit tricky to visualize it without the logs up, but I mean, I like it. It's a nice like split between dark and light going upwards. I'm digging it. However, I've kind of done like the perfect Uno, as in like it's like ding ding ding, and this is kind of like bum bum bum. You know what I mean? We need like a bit of difference. Maybe get rid of that and then just shove that in there. How's that look? No. Finishing touches. See, this ball's going to take me ages if I'm this picky. There we go. Look at the difference it made. Perfect. Anyway, I like it. I'm digging it. I think that looks awesome. Yeah, I'm liking it. That looks cool. I'm getting some proper fortified base vibes going on here. Obviously, you can't really see the base from this angle, but I'm not too worried about that. It's the whole point is the wall is to keep things out, isn't it? I mean, the tower, when we attach it to the base, will actually stick out over, so we will be able to see, because the tower should, like the base level of it, the floor should come to the top of the roof, so you'll be able to see around the whole valley / lake, which will be awesome. You can kind of get a sense of the height going in and out of these gates, which is feeling pretty grandiose. Okay, so all of those trees are chopped down. That took me a minute. There was more than I expected. I really just planted all the saplings thinking, oh, this is great, but it's actually quite a lot of work in the end. So that's done. We have 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stacks of dark oak logs, which is more than enough. Now that we have enough supplies, we can also trial the wood portion of the wall and how that would look. And then that is pretty much our setup for how to replicate the design of the overall wall. But obviously it's going to require a lot more stone brick, deep slate, and all those other bits and bobs that come in between it. So we're going to have to do a lot of resource gathering off camera because I don't want to bore you with that. I'm excited and I'm glad we got those trees down and chopped. Now I need to go and pick up the apples because I don't want to waste apples. We love apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, as they say. David just said that. That's so cringe. Fucking hell. Okay, so I've started laying out, now that I've done the outside wall completely, the kind of rigid structure of the main gate, and I'm going to replicate it along with all of our other ones so we can see the height of them compared to the height of the wall, make little fine-tune adjustments where needed. Like I think this is sitting a little bit low in comparison to where it should be, and then the gate's going to have to stand a bit taller. Now these gates are minor compared to this humongous one, so literally only like a couple blocks up there's a little step up towards the gate rather than you know, some massive overarching look. But I still want some height and epicness to come towards it, so let's see how it looks. Now obviously I can't replicate this here because we're in a diagonal, so I've got to figure out how that looks. I think that's good. I think that's a healthy height to have that on. 1, 2, I think that's right. Yep. Okay, I'm not doing that. No, that's too much leg breaking for me. Is that the right height? 1 more. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep. Nice. Cool. So, how's that look? Nice. Yes. Oh, and it's right. Okay. The gods of Minecraft don't like it, but I do. It's tall and it's epic, and I like it. Right now, where's this last gate over here? Well, last one. There's still one more to go over there, but let's do this one as well. I'm way too high here. If the thingy-majiggy brain. If the gate should actually stoop down, so instead of this one being like a tower, it's more of like a sloped roof down. So instead of this being the same height, it would actually be like 2 below, and you can do like a staircase slanted going down, and then you can have like like a little, what do you call it? I don't know what I would call it, but the wall like walkway can wrap around here instead. But maybe we'll tackle that when it comes to it. So what are we thinking? I'm gonna make some of these into planks along with some trap doors, just so we have an option of things. Maybe we start off with some of these, and then we can do like planks, like so. Maybe drop in the odd log again. Strip those down. What other blocks could we use? Okay, so let's get some of those mocked up. And then how could we potentially do them? Maybe we do that. No, okay, I'm not getting used to the scaffolding yet. And then these come along here, like so. How does that look? I mean, it gives it some depth to it, doesn't it? Does that look a bit odd? I don't know. And then maybe top up the tops with some more. Now, I can't see a thing now, so let's quickly run back and sleep. Yeah, I think I like the look of that. Maybe I'll try adding in like some steps or something here instead, because it looks a bit odd with strip log there. So if we get rid of these, and let's just quickly mock up some stairs. Let's do 4 for now, because I don't want to waste resources if I don't like it. And then like so. How's that look? Yeah, I like it. It gives it more depth. We've got a bit of texture going on. And once it's like duplicated all the way around, I think it'll look pretty neat. It breaks it up instead of being so stone kind of a thing. So what I'm going to do is, as I definitely have more wood in comparison to stone, we're going to do these ones dotted around. And once that's done, we'll have to go resource gathering for some more stone so we can start filling in this wall and get that done, because this is no small feat. Okay, so call me crazy, but I'm lazy and I need some strip logs. So I thought, why not just stack them up and then strip them and cut them? But it's a little high up here. I'm not gonna lie, lads. The shadow cast is humongous, but at least we can kind of see the area that we're working with. It's not like the most even shape for a wall. Maybe we do need to tweak this bit here so it's a bit more like rigid around, because I like the way I like that is natural, but this feels a bit wonky, doesn't it? I think this needs to be pushed out a few before it then starts to curve. But at least we can see what we're working with. Now I'm gonna carefully and just obviously stupidly strip these down and work our way back to ground, because my toes are actually feeling a little bit wobbly up here. I mean, at least we can see what's around though. There's a crap ton of like Iceland going. Oh no, I thought it was a village. That would have been cool. I'm sure there's a snow village out there somewhere, hiding away with the polar bears and stuff. What else have we got? We got a little island over there, which is quite interesting. Oh, I was tripping now. So what the hell? We have another village. I did not. Maybe I did know that. Maybe I just forgot. But I didn't know there was one over there, which is awesome. Okay, right, let's get down. I'm getting scared. Are you joking me? The one time I'm extremely vulnerable. What the hell is that? Okay, I'm trying to go down as quickly as possible, seeing as they're not super close. But if they start moving closer, I'm actually panicking a little bit. I'm going to start building down the other way of this. But they're going for a swim. Okay, yeah, let's go for a swim, boys. Enjoy the water. Enjoy the water. It's all yours. Enjoy. I'm crapping myself. We're close. We're close. We're close. We're close. We're close. Oh, holy moly. That was not fun, because we could just snipe them from safety. But for now, let's see how many we can kill. Let's go for this guy. I think I missed. What I thought was going to be a very scary situation ended up being not so bad. Okay, so we've laid down some of these wooden areas here. So I've done the outside design both on the inside too, so it looks like a reinforced block. Obviously, we just got to bear in mind some of these bits, the way I've done the wall design, have gaps. So what I was thinking was changing it so stairs faced inwards instead of out, so you kind of get like this little window into the wall, if that makes sense. I was thinking slats, but then the hole would be quite big, and I feel like it would lose its structural integrity if it were real life, shall we say. I know, this is a game of blocks, but leave me alone. I'm trying to at least bring some realism to it. Okay, yeah, that's better, because now look, we have like this little slit where we can see out, and it feels a lot more defense-wise, and you can see a bit of the houses and stuff. I like it. That's a lot better. So I've done some of the wooden places. Now, the awkward ones were the corners, just because obviously you can't put shelf and shelf here, because they'll be touching. So the way I've done it is, at the moment, I've just chucked the trapdoor down until I think of something better to kind of fill the void. But you kind of get these cool like arrow defense slits, which actually was mentioned on the original generated design of the base. So I kind of like it. Obviously it's not functional, but you can still see out and be safe and not be shot. This is how it will be looking. Imagine this. Let me just cut off this edge here. This is what you will be dealing with wall wise. Maybe, well, I think definitely the, what do you call them, the merlins up top here will be sticking out once it's not so flat. It will give it a bit of more fortified vibes going on, which I like. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out how I want these gates to be on top of the whole design as well. I think I saw once in a video, you have these here like so, and it looks like two big gates which can open and shut, which I like the vibe of. And then maybe we stick down like a trap door where a lantern can hang from, like quite high. So, oh no, that's wrong. So then like two lanterns can hang from here. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. For this gate at least, I like this because it's quite a narrow one. The whole door idea works quite well. So let's build this up quickly. Yeah, this is coming along quite well. I'm happy with it. Now let's finish the rest of the wood exterior around the outside, or at least see how far this wood can take us. Righty. So I have gone through, I've gone around the whole base, and I have added in all of these little woody bits. It took a lot of chopping. However, in the meantime, I was like, this chopping is annoying me. I installed a new mod at the same time. So when we do this, kaboom! It blows up and is so much quicker. Now, I think I will turn it off at some point because it feels a little bit cheatsy. But for now, it's just speeding up because I was doing a very lot of cutting, and it was getting a bit boring and mundane, especially when I need to do a load of mining to get these resources to now fill in a remaining gap. Now that I have done all of this, as you can see running around, you can see I've done some extra bits too, like just trying to figure out how the structure of the gates will look here and there, and a bit of decorations on those bits on the other side. Now it's time to fill in the stone gaps in between of these wood ones. And down here you can see, actually, because of the cliff face, the design had to change. So I've tried to replicate it as best as I could and how it should look. Obviously I need to fix that a little bit up there. This is how it's looking on the taller areas, which I think is quite cool. It gives it like a cool rustic Viking vibe, not gonna lie. But now let's get cracking and do this base layer. There we go. Now, I have finished the entire schmegging wall. It's all done, as you can see, as far as the eye, all the way around. It is filled in, obviously, apart from the gaps in the gateway, which is where these groups of fuckers have come back in again. The wall is done. That's what I was trying to say. The wall is done. I just need to stick the roofs on the towers and kind of leave the design up to the brain for those. And then put in some gateways, and hopefully that stops these guys. However, I don't know if they're spawning in here. They're not walking in, they're just spawning in. So I need to figure that out, why that's happening. But in the meantime, we've done it. It's finished. The wall is done. Obviously, we still need to do the walkway and stuff. That's going to be a task in itself. And we still need to put the merlons along the edge and think about that design. I think I already know what I'm going to be doing. But now I need to kill these bastards and just get these gateways done and give you a little whiz around and show you how it's looking from the up and beyond. Sounded like some weird Buzz Lightyear bullshit. Anyway, the wall's done. It's doing good. And there's the odd bit I need to fill in. But it's grandiose and it's looking fantastic. Okay, so, well, OBS decided to absolutely fuck me at this point. So after I had done building the wall, what I did was I moved on to our lovely towers, starting off with the main gate, essentially. Loki was winging this. I made one design at first, which I cut out, and I redid the roof because I was like, what have I made? It looked like an absolute piece of shit. So this is me just going around trying to find some way to add some detail to the build and kind of get to a point where I'm happy with it. Ended up settling on a roof design similar to the house. I wanted to kind of keep in the same theme because it's got all matched the same base. You know, you don't want to make it too different from each other. Maybe the tower can be a standout piece and maybe have some different design elements and color to it. But I'm happy with it, how it turned out in the end, because the first version, yeah, just was not it. You won't actually see here, annoyingly, because the recording's messed up, but don't worry, the gaps above that log support beam, I actually filled in with some stripped oak logs in the end to match, again, the house, and it ended up looking really nice. But there are some parts of this build, upon reflection, whilst I've been editing, where I'm like, I need to go back and I need to redo that. Now, specifically, as you'll see in a little while, and I'll point it out when we get to it, the walls are the main piece, which I do want to give some more attention to and to redo, because I had a brainwave and I really want to redo them. But moving on from the main gate, we now have our secondary rear gate. Again, copying the same design, just in a smaller format, keeping it nice and cozy. Nothing crazy, it's just the rear gate. However, I did discover poor Ralphie boy cannot fit through it, because the way I did the gate, they're on the inside of the dimensions of the logs, and Mr. Ralph has got a big buttocks, so we need to readjust that to get them fitted in. But now, as you can see, I'm moving on to the merlons, and it's I tried to use my imagination, but because of the way I've just set up the wall, it didn't lay well to what I've done, and I did slabs and upside down stairs and just, you know, a bit of stuff here, there and everywhere, and it really didn't come together the way I imagined. So yeah, that was a massive pain in the ass. So I will be redoing that in the next episode before we crack on with our remaining tasks. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please, it would mean the world if you drop a like, a comment, subscribe, of course, and if you have time, check out the other videos I've done or some of the earlier episodes. And actually, if possible, just down in the comments below, let me know what you want to see more of. Do you want to see more of this series? Do you want to see some other games? I really love Halo, Battlefield, any FPS. Maybe there's some colony sims or builders which I don't know about. So yeah, just let me know and I shall do that. And I'll see you in the next one.